let's talk about Superman's return, and his black suit. I absolutely,
that part I liked.
At first, I love the suit. I just wish I like the blue and red more when he's with the team, because it makes him stand out more, and he looks less like Batman. I just love how they all stand out.
That's one thing I'm worried about, because if you're a comic fan, you know the black suit is like his healing suit.
It's his healing suit. Yeah.
They didn't really get that across in the movie, and I'm not sure if they actually attempted to do that at all. But fans, like general fans, would be like, why is Superman trying to dress up like that? You know, it's like, but in general, like, I love the way they explain more in this than the other one, because you see, like, they're explaining cyborgs, how he got created, and creating and all that.
I actually loved the Foresight by Cyborg.
You love what?
Actually, I mean, the Foresight, like, been revived, and that made sense with the Nightmare part. Like, and they finally connected why he was going to be a douchebag.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously, the person who dies is Lois Lane,
and Batman's gonna let her, and that's when it's.
And apparently, Batman and her have a relationship, from what I've read.
Yeah, I read that too.
Well, I wouldn't be the first woman that Batman has had that Superman has had, because, as we all know, he got with Wonder Woman.
Listen, I was trying to be nice, but me and Gal Gadot, we hooked up a while ago, and she had a baby with somebody else. So
I mean,
it's kind of fucked up, but I mean, she a whore. Okay.
I mean. It's Hollywood, so everyone. It's like Melrose Place. Everyone sleeps with everyone eventually. You know, either in this season or the next. So there was a scene following Superman's return with Joe Morton, aka Dr. Silas. When I saw this scene, I said, "Man, this is giving me Terminator 2 vibes." Look at him sacrificing himself for another piece of technology, so that the future remains intact.
The only way to get rid of the chip is to melt it.
Melt it. I was like, this is, at first I didn't know what I thought he was probably sending the block somewhere else with like a transportation device, but it made sense when Cyborg later explained it. But yeah, so I see that you both got the T2 vibes.
Yeah, the first thing that popped into my mind, like, what are you doing?
Almost 30 years later, 31 years later, I think, right?
He has not learned his lesson.
When did T2 came out? It came out in 1992, right?
T2. I'm about 13 years old, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I watched the movie so many times. My favorite scene will always be when Linda Hamilton was breaking out of the insane asylum, and she like took the billy club and the needle and stabbed the doctor. She was just so hard, because she reminded me of an aunt of mine who was just like I love a kick-ass female with a ponytail and a tank top like that. You know, she kind of reminded me of Amanda in a way, like because Amanda to me is pretty kick-ass.
She is a very tough woman.
Yeah, I can see it. I could totally see Amanda doing that. Brendan, Amanda is Andrew's wife. Like she's totally kick-ass like Linda Hamilton in that scene. But yeah, that scene with Silas was totally T2. Now let's fast forward all the way to the final battle with the dome. And one of my favorite scenes is in this entire scene with Cyborg and Flash running together side by side with Batman. Man. That entire extended scene was more than what I could have hoped for. Like, I couldn't get enough of it. Couldn't get enough of it. Brendan, when you saw it, did you get your life, or were you just thinking to yourself, like, hopefully that they don't overdo this? Please tell me you loved it, so I don't feel like I'm going crazy.
I do love it. The part that I don't like is, I don't know. It can't. Again, I guess I'm giving it too much of a previous version thing, but like,
and that's fair because we all are.
I feel like if they had done it right, it would have been so much better.
Right, the first time, you mean?
Not even the first time. I'm just mean like, okay, you only told the story of 3 people. Wonder Woman was not even out yet. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, I almost feel like Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to play into this one.
His Batman to me is totally like
irrelevant. I actually think it's going to be there. But like, I mean, you're even using J.K. Simmons as
and his horrible wig too.
Right. Like, I mean, there's just some shit here that I'm just like, I love it, and then you want me to love it, but.
I hope that you love it as much as I do. But tell me how that scene made you feel when you saw all of them coming together and knocking down the dome and everything. Like did it get you like super excited, or was it just like?
Listen, all that shit at the end, all that shit gets me pumped.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. The issue is how do you get me to that point? Well, I think you agree with me. Like, let's do it organically, not forced.
Yeah,
and
like
this movie did a lot better organic than the previous one. But okay, you're gonna have a Flash movie. You know you're not gonna have a Cyborg movie. Make Cyborg the beginning of the movie. Let him be the first boss.
Yeah, the first boss in a Justice League film. A box. Oh, okay.
BOX.
Well, I mean, he kind of was. I mean, they did him justice in this film, but I see what you're saying. I mean, we know DC could have done better in the beginning, but you know, the past is the past, and we can't go back unless we're the Flash. You know, but I really love what they've done so far from this. I mean, this really made up for all those other movies, and I liked all the other movies too. But there were so many parts of them that I didn't like, and I feel like since DC had a great head start on Marvel, they should have done better. But it's okay. We all make mistakes, and it's the movie industry, and we fans are forgiving as long as you give us something. As long as you give us some kind of hope.
I mean, okay. What's your score of this one?
Well, now, yeah, we're getting to that at the end. Ray, how did you feel about that final scene? And like, what was one of your favorite parts in that entire epic battle scene?
It's not the final scene.
I mean, not the final scene, but the final battle. Yes, thank you.
The other scene was actually better than the rest of the movie.
Well, that's debatable.
No, it's not.
I love those last 5 minutes, dude.
Let's talk about the final battle first. Yes.
What I like most about that is because we didn't get a lot of explanation of the Flash and Cyborg and everything, and how Cyborg was in the cube saying Flash, blah blah blah. No, this Flash gets hurt and he can't do anything, and everything ended. Hero was dead.
Yeah.
But the Flash, you see him like the whole like, all right, break the rule. Run faster than light, and like, you know, what do you say? I can't remember the exact quote. Like, every time is now, or something like that.
Like the past is now, or he pretty much. I think he pretty much quoted what his dad said to him in the jail, but I can't remember word for word.
Either, but the whole sequence, because you see his power. Like, I'm a big fan of the Flash TV show. I love it and everything, and to see this Flash, the first time I saw him, okay, I'm happy for this one. And he's still not my favorite Flash, but to see his powers grow like that, and all of a sudden, like, everything comes up, and Cyborg is right in front of him, he touches him, I'm like, I like that. That's good. Character development.
Yeah.
And now I can actually see him holding up a Flash movie. Before I was kind of iffy, but I'm like, all right, let's see what you can do.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm a huge fan of the Flash shit too. I missed seasons 5 and 6. I kind of went off, but then it got spoiled for me. So now I'm actually on Netflix watching. I'm sorry, not 5 and 6, 4 and 5. Now I'm on Netflix watching season 6 to catch up for season 7. But
hey guys, let me put on mute. My boss is calling me.
Okay. Ray, can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that scene with Flash, like, I love how they displayed his powers too, and in all honesty, I thought he was gonna die when he went so fast. It's just it was kind of implied. He was like, Dad, goodbye. Your son was a hero.
Yeah.
So, I was like,
becoming part of the Tachyon or something. Because the first thought I had was like, because in Kingdom Come, Flash is like, he can't stay still. You know, I thought he was gonna get to that. Like, dude, slow down. He's like, I can't hold it. And it was really bad. I was gonna happen. So I was like, but I never did it. But I love the way you see him run as the land is forming behind him.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. That's freaking awesome. Just like a way of time, that's his way of time travel. Like, that's freaking great. And
yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Zack.
Well, I was saying, like, they definitely, through the Flash, set up the whole multiverse that they're gonna start doing. Like, with the little, you know, one-liners and tidbits, like, it messes with time, all that. Those are set up. You're setting up.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. And they know that they are, and I think frankly they should, because they need to do something like that. But funnily enough, even as fast as the Flash is, Marvel's going to beat them to the multiverse punch.
And the Marvel punch is perfect. They know what they're doing. DC shouldn't try to follow that.
No.
I think at the beginning that's what they tried to do. And it's like, dude, it's not. Don't do your own thing. Make great movies. Just do your own thing. So it's like, it feels good to see DC finally have a future win. Because I'm a overall comic fan. I like DC, Marvel, Image, Top Cow, all of them. So it's like nice to see DC finally have a win.
Yeah, and it's interesting that the movie that's probably gotten the most rave reviews wasn't even in the movies. Well, I guess it was technically 3.5 years ago, but but I mean, we don't, like, now that this version exists, we don't even talk about the other version.
Like going back, like when Superman finally comes back alive and they had that whole fight scene. And everything, I love how that played out so much better. And like how he's just like beating him in like Batman. I'm like, dude, he's gonna try to kill him. What are you doing?
Man, he lasered off one of Steppenwolf's horns. Like,
dude, he was rude. I'm like, all right. What DC could have done, if they wanted to follow the whole Marvel thing, and they should have went with their low-key characters. Like, if they wanted to create a great story like Marvel, Booster Gold and the Beetle. They with that.
Booster Gold.
Seriously.
Of all characters, I can see Blue Beetle, but Booster Gold is such like a showman.
Exactly. You get the comedy there and everything. And I say Booster Gold and the Beetle because they're buddy-buddy, but also because, as I said before, Doomsday, like, I remember going to my cousin Joseph's house each week getting the comic books of Death of Superman. Getting that black cover by issue by issue. I had to read that. I was like, and then Doomsday was like, dude, he's gotta kill Superman. So he's one of my favorite villains. And Booster Gold is the one who names him Doomsday. So
really?
It's like, yeah, he didn't say that's Doomsday. He said, this is our Doomsday, like, kind of quote. So they started off with that, kind of build up on their low-key characters, you know, that still then go to the
top tier ones.
The top guys. They didn't go that way. Obviously, if they wanted to follow the Marvel formula. But I was like, we should have done that. I'm just really, the biggest thing I'm upset about is how they treated Doomsday.
Yeah, they turned him into, like, he kind of looked like a live version of the coronavirus. He was this big puffed up thing. You've seen those images of the coronavirus too. It looks like a big old gray pufferfish, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like that's what he looked like, but like he looked like a brown pufferfish or a booger with legs and arms. And I never really knew too much about Doomsday, except for, of course, when the fact that he killed Superman. That's like legend. That's legendary. But
yeah,
and like,
I mean, there's a lot of backstory that I could go into, but I won't. But with Doomsday,
but see, they should have had more of a backstory for him. They just made Lex Luthor give birth to him, I think, with the mother box or something, and inside of the Superman ship in the water.
There is a character that's half Kryptonian and half human, and I thought I was like, all right, they're probably gonna say that's who he is and not Doomsday, and I was like, please let that be it, but it wasn't, unfortunately.
Doomsday was just there. It was like he was like a baby that had just come out of the womb and was just crying and nothing. You know, he just wanted to throw his toys and everything. I didn't like. They never even said his name, I don't think. But the best part of that whole movie was Wonder Woman, of course. Especially her.
You love some Wonder Woman.
Man, they did her so right. I wasn't a fan of her playing Wonder Woman at first because she reminded me. Because Gal Gadot reminds me of Kim Kardashian, like a different version of Kim Kardashian. Dare I say a Kim Kardashian from across the multiverse somewhere. She just looks like a different version of her. She looks really, really, really sweet. But when I saw her in action, that scene, I was telling Andrew about this 2 years ago after I saw it. The one scene in that film when Doomsday knocks her back and she loses her shield, then she goes,
"That's like, I get that grid." She's like, "Let's go."
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I might be the first gay guy in history whose dick just got hard after seeing a woman smirk and charge into battle. Like, I was like, what's going on here? Like, that was so hot.
Like when it first came out, because I was introduced to her in Fast and the Furious 7.
Yeah, I think I saw that she was in that too. Yeah,
and still beautiful, but she was very runway model skinny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I was like, that's what you're picking. Fast forward till today, she freaking kills it. She really does. She's a great woman. They couldn't have picked anyone better. Seriously, everyone gets their shine, but one thing, like, she was freaking awesome. Like, the whole scene of her going into that underground cavern.
Mm-hmm.
I like when they add, like, story elements. I'm a very big fan of the art of storytelling. Like, I know about the action and stuff, but give me, like, some
exposition. It really enhances the action.
How a movie should be done, in the sense that, like, Zex should just stay out of it. They shouldn't be like, all right, you need a 2-hour movie. No, just let the director be a director. Like, don't set a time limit. Just let them do what they want to do and make a movie. Don't make it cookie cutter, either 2 hours or 2.5 hours. That's like the normal length now.
Mm-hmm.
So let the director do his thing.
Yeah, we need that. It's some people, some bosses or team leaders, they may have been appointed as a team leader, but it doesn't mean that they're good at what they do. A really good leader knows how to delegate responsibility to the people underneath them and utilize each person's strength. Like, I can crochet my behind off. If we're all stranded out in the cold, you're not going to say, "Oh, Terrell, can you help me build a house?" You've never seen me build a house on Facebook or anything. You've never heard of me building a house. You would go to somebody else who you know is good at house construction. You say, "Terrell, crochet some blankets so we can all stay warm after we build the house." You know what I mean? Yeah. You put people where they work best, but also give them enough room to learn a little bit and encourage them to learn a little bit about stuff that they don't know. But you let an artist be an artist, and you really get to see the best of them when you don't micromanage, when you have faith in them, and when you give them clear enough directions or instructions. But see, a lot of these shows and films are done well when they're done by people who actually love the projects that they're working on. And sad to say, I don't think a lot of the people who work on a lot of the DC movies actually know the characters or even like them, or both. And Kevin Feige, he loves the characters. He's a visionary. Yeah, and he's a huge nerd. He always changes things up. He doesn't like things to be too complicated. He likes something he likes to give fan service, but make sure that it's good enough for the general public to understand as well. DC needs a Kevin Feige. I thought Aquaman was amazing. I gave that movie a 10 out of 10. It was. I saw that on Christmas Eve in 2018, I think.
It was a great movie.
Yeah, it was, and that's one movie I didn't expect to be great or even to love. I thought I'd like it, but I didn't know I'd love it. Like, how did you think you'd feel about that movie?
Aquaman going in, like I said, I was like, I wasn't sure about it and everything. But when I actually got to see it, I'm like, oh, this is actually not that bad. Jason Momoa is killing it as Aquaman. He's making Aquaman look freaking tough, It's great,
it's very rare when I'm for gender bending or race bending, especially when you're dealing with a classic character like Johnny Storm or somebody or Aquaman. But with this, it actually works, especially since Aquaman in the comics kind of looks like Captain America with fish pants on.
Yeah, it's basically, like dude with a blonde hair and fish pants.
So it was necessary. And Jason Momoa, this is a clear example of when race bending is done right. It's just, he looks haunting. He looks like a hauntingly beautiful human being who's from another world. Like, he looks like something that someone would paint. He doesn't even look like he really exists, and that's what I love.
know?
Yeah, he did. I don't know if they gave him contacts in his eyes, but because I think his eyes are brown, but I think they gave him like hazel eyes just to make him look even more
like aquatic in a way, you know?
Yeah. Oh my God. Speaking of aquatic, like, how much did you love Mara's hydrokinesis when she sucked all the water out of Steppenwolf?
Oh my God! I was like, what is she doing? But then he saw the blood coming out. I'm like, oh shit! What the hell's going on? I was crazy. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But I'm thinking, she ain't gonna do nothing against him. And all of a sudden, he starts bleeding from his wound, and I'm like, oh shit! I loved it.
Yeah, that totally, like, I had to rewind it a couple of times too, because like you, like, I didn't know what she was doing at first, but I knew she was doing something. I was just like, what's going on? But she actually put up a heck of a fight. I was like, man, what's going on? I knew she wasn't gonna die because we saw the original cut, so we know she actually ended up talking to Arthur. It's funny, in my mind I call him King Arthur and I call Wonder Woman Princess Diana. So people, right? Yeah, like nerds know who I'm talking about, especially when I'm talking about it in this context. But regular people, you know, I'll tell my mother, I'm watching this movie with Princess Diana. She's the greatest, and she's like, she's the greatest. Yeah, isn't she dead? I'm like, no, she's been alive for 5,000 years.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, we started talking about these people like we know them, like they really exist.
These characters, you know.
Let's talk about that dream. We're like an hour and a half into it. I told you we could talk about this stuff all day. I'm gonna break this up into 2 parts now when I post it.
This is my bread and butter. But dude, that final scene with the Joker.
Yeah.
Jared Leto killed it. I love that Joker. I really do. And just for the fact, like, the line when he said, you sent the boy Wonder to do a man's job. And I'm like, digging into Batman like nothing. Like poking a fucking bear. I loved it.
With the SWAT jacket on and all those badges of all the police officers he most likely killed.
Yeah. And there was this one scene where, like, he's like, after he talks, he got like a crooked kind of smile. It's like not really a big grin, it's just like once, like, and he just looks off. Like not serious, it's a joke, he's not right in the head, of course, but at that moment he's crazy. And his eyes starts laughing. I'm like, dude, Jared Leto actually gave us a Joker. I'm sorry, I liked it. And people might not, but this, not the other one, not his other one, not the not at all. This, like, little clips him here, I want to see more of that Joker. That was great, you know.
I love the black tar in his mouth. I love like everything that you said. Like, I second all that. One of my favorite lines in that entire scene was when Joker was saying, you know, basically, you're not going to kill me, Batman. You know, who are you going to have to fight? And he had me dying when he said, who's going to give you a nice reach around? You know, I was like, what? I said, let me rewind it. Did he just say what I think he did?
The whole entire thing. It's like, not only what he was saying, but how he was saying it, because you see Batman like
so mad.
He's like, I'm your best friend. You know, like, Joker is doing. I love that scene.
I love when the hero turns bad. I love a good evil twin story, as I was telling Brendan last week because we were doing the Superman review. I guess he's free. He's free, but he's still muted. Unmute yourself, kind sir.
I'm back, bitches.
Yes.
Where was I that I needed to comment because I just really the owner of my company just called me. Do we all agree that Zack Snyder's gonna finish this?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, if they don't let him finish it, they're crazy.
There's no way he doesn't, right?
I have issues with Zack, but the outcry is going to be so huge that Zack's going to be like, yeah, we got to do this. Like, everybody's going to want to see it. I want to see it. I'm pretty sure you guys want to see it.
Yeah. It would be like
I mean, the nightmare was just epic.
Oh yeah, that Brendan, you came in just in time because we're actually at that part. We were just God
damn it! Like, I hated him in Suicide Squad.
We all did. We just said that too. We all did it. We were just talking about how when he said, "You're not going to kill me," like,
and you're like, wait,
yeah,
go back, like, and then you You got Amber Heard, which ain't gonna happen in the next.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen in the next one. She's been fired. I think she was replaced by the Queen of the Dragons.
Motherfucker, you know.
I can kind of see her as Mara, but I think they're gonna get the Queen of the Dragons, which is crazy because wasn't she like involved? Wasn't she the wife of what's his name, Drago or Jason Momoa and Droll or something? And I remember that one scene where he was like forcing her to have sex and she didn't want to or something. And he was just he wouldn't speak. He would just like grunt. I'm like, he has the best job ever. Don't have to remember any lines. Just do whatever the director's telling you to do, and you're good. Just grunt and just be there.
But outside of that, Jason Momoa and Emilia Clarke, they actually have a really good friendship. So they say Emilia Clarke because of that dynamic they have and everything. But yeah,
I heard that. Yeah, I saw an interview. I think it was either her or somebody else. I think said that he really stepped in and backed her up on that and said something to the director, like basically treat her right, and we want to do this classy and we want to make sure she feels comfortable, and like she grew even more in love and respect for him, and then that just upped his popularity because how could you not love Jason Momoa? Even a skinhead loves Jason Momoa because all the tattoos. You know? Skinheads love Jason Momoa. We all better love Jason.
A lot of people love him for many, many reasons.
Let me tell you, and I'm one of them. I was a fan of his from Baywatch, from back in the day when Baywatch used to come on Saturdays. Baywatch Hawaii, and I was Baywatch Hawaii, but he was a lot skinnier, slimmer, trim. He was very clean cut. He looked like a runway model. He must have been like 21 or something. And his name was actually Jason on that show. And I used to stay the weekend at my aunt's house over in Mayberry Village. So I wake up and see Baywatch come on at noon. I'd be on that couch by myself. No one was coming around. Let me tell you, it was just. I mean, but I think Baywatch gave all of us some kind of inspiration for us to celebrate our existence too.
Of course.
I'm just curious. Did it go like this?
It went more like.
You gotta be like.
That's right. I spewed all over the place.
Yeah, I think the Flash, it all like that whole scene that Zack had added in or that he created, it really gave context to the vision that we saw Bruce Wayne have of Flash in Joss's Justice League. And it's funny how we didn't see that same scene in this film, but we didn't need to because we saw enough of the characters have premonitions somehow, some way of the future. And now we see this one possible outcome where Batman clearly killed Lois Lane and Superman's going crazy. And so now
I don't think Batman killed him.
Well, somebody
sacrificed her for something.
Yeah, because
I don't
let her die.
Yeah, because Batman.
He let her die.
Yeah, let her die. So
because that's in his character. You know, Batman doesn't always do what's right. He does what's necessary, and if it was necessary.
Amy Adams was hot like 20 years ago.
She's not Lois Lane to me. Like, give me Courtney Cox. Give me a good Margot Ritter or
keep her around. It's not like Jennifer Garner back in the 90s, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Jennifer Garner. I could if they make the where did Brendan go?
Oh,
Brendan, Earth to Brendan. I think we lost him. Wait a minute, I think it says chat. Does that mean him? he put gotta go. He just texted me and said gotta go. Can you see that on your end?
I can. I see you and I see a little box.
Oh yeah. I bet you his kid probably walked in naked again. He did that on the last thing.
Kids.
Now, at the end, at the very end, we saw John Jones, aka the Martian Manhunter. I still hate that nickname, the Martian Manhunter. I just love John.
Well, I'm so happy he's in this. Like Martian Manhunter could have his own movie and base it on his time on Mars.
It's not so Boston. Time on Mars.
Time on Mars during that war he always speaks of and everything. And I'm glad even though it was two times we saw him, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he's in the universe, he's in the mix, because he really deserves a shot. You know, I liked them in the Supergirl show. He was my favorite character in that. Not the show itself was okay, but he definitely was a favorite character of mine. And I would like to see him just a front and center show on Martian Manhunter sooner or later. But I was so happy to see him like form up when he was like Martha Kent. I'm like, dude, that's freaking him.
Yeah. I was like,
got him.
Oh, say that again. Sorry.
I thought that was the only scene that we were gonna get of him, like Martha Kent forming into Martian Manhunter, then to I forgot the general's name, but the general dude and walking away. I thought that was it. So to see him again and actually talking and conversating, like, that's freaking awesome. We need more of that. Yeah, we need more of that. And it was interesting how they made us think it was Superman coming down to Batman's little resort. You know, we and I love how they gave Jean the black cape now. It just works. Like really good.
Yeah, but I feel like just like on the CW show, I love the Martian Manhunter there too. But just like on there, the CGI work really needed some more work. Clearly, all the money went somewhere else. I wish Jean's CGI was better, and actually, I wish he wasn't even CGI. I wish because to me, Jean Jones was always pretty much DC's Vision. They kind of remind me of each other.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, you know, they're the same character. One is just from a planet. The other one is just made out of scrap metal.
Basically the same power. They both can phase. They're both extremely strong in their intensity. So, yeah, basically. Yeah. Jean, I know he's terrified of fire. But he's also telepathic. And Vision never displayed any telepathic abilities, which is crazy since he had the Mind Stone. You would think, right?
You would think, yeah. But I think all the power from the Mind Stone was being used to give him more of a personality, as opposed to him giving him powers.
Yeah.
Side note: that scene towards the end of Age of Ultron, where it's Thor, Iron Man, and Vision using their powers to like blast Ultron, and you see all their capes flailing in the wind behind them.
Good.
I saw the movie 2 extra times just for that one scene alone. I mean, to see Vision with that olive green suit, and then this amazing like kind of olive green / yellow cape with like the little details in it, just flailing in the wind like a yellow cape. It just looked so badass. Like that's
awesome.
Oh, I almost forgot to ask you, what's your overall rating for Batman? I mean, for the Justice League. Like 1 out of 10 is awful, 10 out of 10 is amazing, 20 out of 10 is like out of this world.
10. This is like easily in my top 3 favorite comic movies. Mm-hmm. But it might be inching toward the number 1 just because that was a great movie. Like it did not feel like a 4-hour movie at all. It just went by that fast. And I was like, dude, if that could happen, if a 4-hour movie you felt like you just watched a 2-hour movie, they're doing something good. They're doing something right.
Oh yeah, and with Endgame, I didn't know if I'd be able to feel that way again. But as I said in one of my posts, Endgame, it trained me well. It trained all of us well,
these long ass movies.
Yeah, because we know that something greater is coming. So that anticipation and that hunger for it is what keeps us awake and alert and ready. And Zack delivered. It's just. Very much so. Yeah, I mean, he pretty much snapped Joss's version out of existence.
No one's ever going to remember that movie.
Nope. But as I said earlier, I think it needed to happen so that we could truly appreciate Zack's vision. Because as an artist, I do different types of art. It's nice when my vision comes to fruition. And, I do it for me, but if other people like it and if they can appreciate it too, all the little things, that's even greater. But sometimes people can't really appreciate something until they had something really bad. Or just something just basic. In the first cut of Justice League, I loved it, but it was basic, especially compared to this. Like, I give this a 10 out of 10. So I really give it a 20 out of 10, but I'm trying not to be extra, so I'll just say I'll stay within the brackets, a 10 out of 10.
This really was an epic movie. It was freaking awesome. There's nothing else. It's like Zack Snyder, they need execs or whoever makes the decisions on who makes the movies, they need to be like, all right, Zack, just make your other two that you want to make and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, give him free reign. Like he should become the new Kevin Feige, you know, and just be the boss and the producer. Yeah, and don't let Patty Jenkins write a script. She's great at directing, but when she has involvement in the script, she doesn't know the characters well enough. I love Patty Jenkins, but she should learn to just like stick with what she's really good at. Especially at least when it comes to Wonder Woman, because she's great too. I love to see her just be maybe a producer on the next Wonder Woman. You know, contribute to it in some kind of way to make sure the females are represented properly, and make sure how they're represented is in line with how they've been represented in the past. And I want it to be a return to Themyscira, and like Cersei is locked in the basement, and then Wonder Woman has to return to the island. The Cersei is she's turned into like this political figure where she's getting some of the women on her side to like overthrow Hippolyta, and Hippolyta sends someone to get Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman has to go back to the island. I want everything to be on that island, and then at the end Wonder Woman can leave and just feel like she didn't abandon her people, and that she feels like she feels part of the team, because there's always a sense of abandonment that she felt. So now after she goes back and then she helps to save them, she can leave knowing that she is there for them when it really counts.
She's even on her own terms this time, instead of like, you know, I'm not saying you can never come back type.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, her mother treated Diana leaving as if like someone losing their virginity, like you can never get it back. Like, Mom, I can come back. My cherry can't, but I can.
Like I can, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like you said, like I hope that Zack does all the other ones too, because he did a brilliant job. 10 out of 10. So, all right, my friend, I shall see you this weekend. Sometimes we'll talk. I'll keep you updated. I think you have to log out, because then I'm gonna do my little intro or my outro for my pacing, and the screen has to like zoom in or something. Brendan and Andrew, they did it. They had to cut out accidentally. So this is the first time I'm having to kick somebody out.
All right, man. Let's keep you posted.
All right, definitely. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
We'll talk to you later.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna have a lot of fun chopping this up. I want to say a shout out and thank you to my friend Ray, who just joined us and who will be joining us in future discussions. Shout out to Brendan. He had to go. I don't really know why. Probably having something to do with work or his son, but he'll be back. You know, they always come back. We always come back. So I think for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier review, it'll be me, Brendan, Andrew, and Ray. And Andrew and Ray are brothers, so yes. So anyways, I love the film. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. If you like this video, make sure you like this video, okay? And make sure you also subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified whenever I post a new video. And also, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, you can at creative_Klaus. And as always, you can check out another video from me right now, and zoom, zap, bam.